walked out of a confessional with his sins forgiven. This Bible says that God loves you. This Bible talks about a one-world religion which you are being primed for tonight. You must turn your back on what is profane.
Querido Dios,
This church is profane.
nuestro viaje por la
You
vida
must
es
turn,
prolongado.
repent, believe the Bible, obey the Bible, or you will not make heaven. I'm coming.
Debemos caminar
I'm
juntos
coming.
en
You
el
ain't got to
viaje.
push me. I'm coming.
Tú prometiste enviarnos
This
una
Bible
palabra
says
de
repent.
esperanza.
It says,
Ayúdanos a
Lord,
ver tu
Lord,
espíritu en los que
why do
envías
you
a
say you
caminar.
love me and do not the thing?
Hi, I'm Dave Temple. Tonight on Unpopular Opinions, we'll uncover, is Christianity and Catholicism doomed in America? Polyamory, is it just an excuse to cheat? And should people really like one another? These are Unpopular Opinions, and we'll get into them today. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to an episode of Unpopular Opinions. I'm Dave Temple, and I've got with me my two co-hosts. On my left is the T-Rex and the VX.
All day.
Cisco Alderando. That
one.
sky blue, man. It's looking good.
Summer, baby. It's
Look.
the summer. I forgot what that. Who's the guy on TNT with the loud sportscaster?
Sager. He had a matching.
Craig Sager. He would always be this little
matching
shout-out.
highlighter too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't have the highlighter, but yeah, man, it's summer. I'll switch up colors in the fall.
And Conrad, getting so casual. You're back to casual now, man.
I think this is just fucking dopest I've ever looked.
It looks good. You look comfortable. I would take financial advice from you, and I think I would
That
give him
frame-
a loan if he asked.
If
for
I
it.
was
the
if I was
frame
black,
really
I
helps,
would,
too.
yeah. If I was black, I'd dress like this every day.
Yeah. Well, you
look
should
fucking
be. I
great.
mean, even down to the shoestrings being untied. Is there anything more relaxed than this guy right here, dude? It's good. I mean, my shoestrings
It's good.
not
I'm
tied
trying
either.
to relax my entire personality.
That's
So
it, yeah. I
bring
don't
it
know
all
too many
down.
white guys that do the
I think
shoes
it's working,
untied.
bro. I think you're
Good, good,
spot
good.
on.
Yeah.
This is maybe my new character, and I just go everywhere like this. Because you need to have like when you have setbacks like I do, it's good to have like a calling card. You know what I mean? To like, just, you know, you distract people from like everything,
Yeah.
and then you have like your thing. I think like a lot of like Andy Warhol did that too. Like he's got to be like so eccentric, and then it hides the cracks and the flaws and whatever you're doing.
You get them to pay attention to what you're wearing and that sort of
Right? It's like it's like your brand.
It's all black energy. It's all black project energy that you're tapping into. Like, no one will know I'm poor if I have on Jordans.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, it's goddamn shame, man.
But
you gotta
it
get
leads
past
to
that.
it leads to swag like this, which is that's the interesting thing that we're learning. You know
Yeah,
what I
this
mean?
is swag training wheels. Slowly but surely, I won't need those training wheels, and then I'll be.
You man look like a summertime southern pimp. That's what you look like, exactly.
Hell
See a
yeah.
sucker suit and no socks. You look like you're ready to go check some bitches, but you're not gonna beat them up. You're gonna bring them like drinks and shit. Like, you look thirsty, baby. You look thirsty. And that's how he secures all the services. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he doesn't beat us. He's giving us profit sharing. You know what I'm saying?
and then just emotionally manipulate properly. Use like subtle phrases that nobody really understands.
I thought you were gonna give an example. I thought you had one on the tip
No,
of your tongue.
I'd be like, you know, like the always the phrase. So how's that working out for you?
Yeah. Or is that what you're gonna wear? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You sure?
Do you like that spaghetti strap top you have on? Yeah. Okay.
Do you think that this is sustainable long term, the way you live your life?
Yeah.
Just no, I'm not saying that it's not. I was just curious. I'm learning from you.
Have you thought about it? So I'm just asking.
So,
Planting
Conrad,
seeds.
man, what do you got for us this week, man? What's on the chopping block?
Dude, I think that and it's tough because it's gonna sound it's if someone hears this phrase, they'll probably get bored. They already think it's boring, and they'll just be like, I don't want to hear it. But dude, the Christian and Catholic churches, they have to get back out there and revitalize for everything they've done terrible. I'm walking down the street in Manhattan. All the churches on a Sunday are closed. I just wanted to walk in and be like, it's a nice day, and I'm just like, I just want to walk in and be like, oh, this is a nice cathedral here, or like, because they're artistic and it's cool to go inside of them. They're all fucking closed on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, you fucked up big time.
Yeah.
And and one of the bad things they've created from fucking up so bad is all the atheists that run around. That's like the worst thing that they did.
Churches have made more non-believers in the past.
Right,
100
and
years.
they're fucking annoying me.
Jesus
So like,
Christ.
you got to get out there and you got to be like, okay, we're gonna what do they call it like in corporate talk? We're gonna roundabout what?
Revamp.
We're gonna reassess or revamp or do something. We're gonna take a whatever, and we got to get out there and start handing out pamphlets and like, here's what's up. But they suck so bad that they don't even have they just got nothing, you know what I mean? But they have all this real estate, and it's just sitting there, and they don't even want people coming in because then they got to clean the shit up and stuff like that. It's like, dude, come the fuck on.
Wow.
Or you got to give up that real estate, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're starting to tear churches down in Philly. I have seen that a lot.
Doing that here.
Yeah, they're turning them into like loft apartments and stuff
they're
like that.
churches. You know what's we just talked about this last year. They're tearing them down. You know who's building the new buildings and getting the money for the new buildings? The fucking church.
Oh, so church is just real estate now.
Bro.
Wow.
The interesting
So
thing
they were
with
on
Conrad that Conrad's saying also is that all the stuff you tell them they need to do, they're doing that in the third world. It's pretty sad.
No, but they're just reselling what they were selling
Right,
before.
but they have a whole new audience. So it's like, well, we already tapped out America. Now we got to go on tour to all these other countries, and they're bringing they're bringing all this old world like homophobia to you know what I mean to other places on earth now. So it's like, hey, we got gay rights here, and they're like, oh fuck, now we got to fix over there because the churches all went over there and was like, gay bad,
and that's
abortion
so funny
bad.
because you can just look at America on the news, and that's enough to probably convince you that gay is bad. Like from what I saw on the news back in the day about the Middle East, always had me scared of Islam. Because any of the confrontation that I would see it was always amongst these people. So I just assumed, okay, that's what happens there. And that was the only thing that you were getting. Now, if you look here, it's nonstop marching and protesting and dancing in the street and fountains and stuff like that. And, you know, we're struggling with a pandemic. Like, we're doing piss poor as a country. So, yeah, it'll be a pretty easy sale in other countries to be like, yeah, they got rid of religion in America, and look what happened to that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Conrad's right, man. The Catholic Church has probably created way more atheists than it has priests. Catholic schools, especially, like imagine going to Catholic. I don't know anybody who graduated like Catholic high school who is still like went from kindergarten to high school and is still like, hey, I believe in God. No, dude.
Yeah, and you're saying, there's no head of the church to be like, hey guys,
They don't care.
but they did. I guess that was their plan. Let's just go to another market.
Yeah, they don't care what they left behind. It's like
no.
and what I'm saying is the product is good. It's like throwing out a good
It's
like
eternal life, bro. Think about that for a second. That's how
Yeah.
shitty. That's how bad the fucking clergy scandal was. Hey, it's eternal life. But you touch little kids. We don't believe in you.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the whole product is good, I think. And like, I actually just went by the last few years, like to get in to be, and like I wanted to find people on the internet to be like, no, here's why this is good, and they did a good job, so I'm still down with it. Just can't get down with the Catholic Church or any organized religion, and then like you can't even like the phrase God is twisted. It's so twisted. Like you say God, people are like they're already thrown off. It's like everything doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like this old car that you could have like this is like a classic car. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got this like a 1961 Porsche sitting there. It's like, nah, fucking, who cares? Like, we'll get some other car, or whatever. No, you can fix that up. It's good. It's good. And they're just like, nah, whatever.
Like
But people don't know the value of things.
Because here's the thing: the work on that car, they're figuring, would be too much work for the reward of driving that car when we can just go get another car. That's why a lot of people turn around and say, instead of saying, hey, like I'm this or I'm that, they just go, I'm spiritual, which is like a fucking cop-out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in it. I believe in something. I think it's Gianmarco Cerezi who has the one of the best lines I heard in the past 5 years, which is when it comes to religion, I say I'm spiritual because I'd rather be vague than be wrong. And that's the attitude of a lot of people.
Believe in a thing called
I mean, I don't mind that spirituality shit, but I'm just like, yeah, man, it's like, I even think it's almost like a cosmic joke on God. He's like, there's so many people that believe in me. I'm going to just get them to, like, not Wait, it's like a heel flip. It's like when the Rock or Stone Cold, they were like the good guy, and they're like, I'm gonna get all these people to dislike me, so they become the bad guy. You know what I mean? It's just a one big like joke.
Yeah. You guys ever think like if God is real and He's watching, how that must feel? That like we all don't believe or like just stop caring.
But God would probably be more along the lines of the owner of a business, or like the owner of a big or like the head of like some big mega corporation, where like you think Jeff Bezos gives a fuck about the HR department of the Queen's warehouse.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure there's some angel
Yeah.
like in an office going around like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
What, are you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Well, I gotta go talk to him about this now. You know what? I'm just gonna put this on the bottom. Hope he doesn't notice of this report. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you.
What do you mean California's burning down?
You just fully reminded me. I'll never forget one time my daughter tried to throw a tantrum when I set a ground rule, and she proceeded to go to her room and just chant, "I hate Daddy. I hate Daddy." And I'm like, you think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck what you think. Like,
So that's what that's like what God is, right?
yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'll destroy you, motherfucker. Like, no problem.
I really think a big part of it, not to get too deep into it, but I really think the reason we have the capacity for good and evil and all everything that makes us is that there's a piece of God in you, in everybody, right?
Right.
So he doesn't have to be here, right here, over your fucking shoulder. There's not an angel here. There's not you know what I mean? You have them both here, and it's up to you to figure out what the fuck you're
Well,
gonna do.
isn't that the metaphor? Is the
You know what I
angel
mean?
and the demon,
right,
the yin
but
and the yang?
But that's not. But yeah, but you have God in you. It's up to you to decide
Correct.
if you're gonna listen to God or not. For whatever that is. If you see a homeless dude, you can look at that homeless dude and be like, well, fuck him. He's gonna use this money for drugs. Or you can give that guy $1 and go, yo, you know what? He needs $1. It's not up to me to police what he uses this $1 for.
Also, don't
I have $1
yeah,
for
don't-
him.
It's funny that you say that. I had the weirdest urge to kick a homeless man today. It was insane. He was
Did
just
he have nice
laying
shoes
on the
on? 'Cause that shit gets on
sidewalk.
my nerves.
Huh?
Do you have nice shoes on?
No,
Okay.
he was just laying on his back, you know,
Okay.
his stomach and everything out. He didn't do anything. I was just walking past, and it was just something that was like, I wonder what would happen if I just kicked this guy. Or like, would people even get involved? Would they care?
No.
I don't know. It was just a weird.
Everybody would take their phone out
Yeah.
and see what you did next.
Yeah. It was a very weird
Let me tell
thing.
you exactly what happened. You kick that guy, he'll move, somebody will stop, take their phone out. 3 other people will see that person take their phone out. Next thing you know, there's a bunch of cameras recording other cameras recording you.
It's interesting though, because like I would like to think I'd never do anything like that, but the thought did cross my mind. Like, what? Just kick
But again,
this guy?
okay, see, that's what I said. You have everybody's got God in them. So one side of you said this, the other side said that. The nice side won this time.
Well, hold
Correct.
on.
That's why sometimes, and this is unpopular opinion, I kind of respect the guy that goes for the kick. Not because like he did a great thing. It's
and
just
it's not
like
because it's something to do.
it's just like, oh, so you heard the voice too.
Mhm.
And you did listen. Like, okay, good for you. Because I heard it, and there was a part I'm like, I can't.
You want to stop that
this
and go,
homeless
why?
guy. Huh?
What makes us different? I didn't do it. Why did you do it?
And I don't even think he's
Yeah.
a bad person. It
No.
was like, were you just trying it out for the day? or
Because we
talking-
don't know the way God works. So God could have said, kick this dude so he could wake up because he's about to fucking
Right.
OD.
Well, okay.
You
I
don't
didn't
know.
even think about it that way. Yeah, because he could end up, people will pick him up, send him to the hospital, then they figure out he needs heart surgery
Yep.
or something, and then boom, and it's all for me kicking this homeless
And you
guy.
go to jail, you have to pay for his medical bills and all that stuff. Like,
We pay for his medical bills anyway, brother.
I go to jail.
Right.
I get really deep into the Bible, and I find out that God was real all along.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Which, by the way, for me, I definitely know he's real. But it's always interesting to me when people say like because he didn't, like, God didn't tell me to fucking convert people. Like if God, when I met God, like if God had told me to execute sinners, I'd be in jail right now. I'd be on some fucking I'd be like waiting on death row because
Right.
like this is how real God is. Like when I tell you I spoke to this motherfucker, he was right there.
Right,
So
right,
I know he's real. Like I felt him like in my heart, my soul, and everything. Like I felt Nirvana once. So I know he's real. But he didn't tell me to convert people. He didn't tell me. He didn't give me like a mission. If he had given me like if God had said you must stop green M&Ms from happening, I'd have died trying to stop M&M Mars from selling green M&Ms for real. I
Yeah.
was on like this whole crusade.
Huh.
So I know that shit. Like halfway, sometimes you talk about you had that urge to kick
Homeless guy.
The homeless guy, like every once in a maybe like once or twice a year, I'm like, yo, I should just like start a church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should just start one because like this ain't even like my unpopular opinion for today. But like, if we talking about this, I'm like, how hard could it be, dude?
You already
like,
got the
L.
jacket.
Ron Hubbard did it, yo. I already have the jacket, yo. You know what I'm saying? If L. Ron Hubbard could do it, think about that, man. I would, and you know what my shit would be? My shit would just be straight up cash.
Do you know
You could bring whatever you know what I'm saying? Like I would have a church and I would have a pawn shop right next to it. And then like once it's appraised, then you could praise. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whatever you bring in. And then this is what I would tell my followers. I would tell them, yo, listen, we trying to remember a couple years ago, Creflo Dollar got in trouble for trying to buy a plane. Remember he wanted his parishioners. But then here's what I would do. Because when I thought about it, I said, well, what you need the plane for? This is what I would do. I would tell my flock, my congregation, I would look in the camera and go, listen, what y'all need to do is, first of all, you need to come to church and you got to bring something for the collection plate. Because I'm letting y'all know right now, it's straight up cash. This is how we going to get God to listen. Then we going to save up. We're going to buy this plane. Then I'm going to take your prayers. I'm going to put them on the plane. And we're going to fly up and let the prayers go directly to God. Because when you're in the building, all your prayers stop at the roof. Now they got to get through the roof and everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then if I have a plane, boom, you're going to
Yeah,
strip.
but
see, that's the thing, because I think that's the best way to start a cult or religion. You just have to have a dream or a vision and go like,
you got to believe it first.
Who's on board?
But also, this is how you know how they talk about like Amazon is killing small businesses?
Yeah.
They're going to kill your small business, Cisco, because he's going to say, this guy's got a plane and he's going to send his prayers. I got a rocket. And we're going to take our prayers into space.
But that doesn't kill his
Doesn't kill
growth
mine,
because they don't move on the rocket until he's already achieved the plane, in
Yep.
which case mission complete.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's the stepping stone, man.
Or you hope that they come along and bring you in and buy you out.
Yeah. And
Because that's really the way that Blockbuster did it.
And every successful businessman will tell you, you are not considered a success until you sell your business for a profit. So just to start a business and run it and run a bunch of employees, it's not considered accomplishment until that business is sold.
Because that business can still go out of business while you own it.
It's like, what is the end of this book?
Gotcha.
What is the end of the chapter?
And selling it for a profit is the only way to go. And I think
the
that's
happy ending.
But that's the thing with like all religion. And I think that's as we become more separate but equal, like because everybody has like a platform for their opinion. That's a bigger part. I think that's a big part. Not as big as I think maybe it's the scandals. Because with the Catholic Church, they got the kid scandal, right?
Yeah.
With all the other churches, it's the money and following the money. Yo, we giving you all this money? What are you doing with this money? Are you just buying houses and shit? Like Joel Osteen, he writes all these books and everything, but the whole thing about that shit is it's based on poverty. Hey, give me $5, God will give you $10.
Is that how he runs it?
That's how most.
A lot of that shit
but
is
that's
that,
how
bro.
that's how stockbrokers were.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a business.
And I like that movie from that line from Wolf of Wall Street is like, I don't care if I steal their money, I can spend it better than they can.
Yeah.
So that's kind of your fault if you're going to give up your money and just think that you can buy whatever. It's like, and I think a lot of people were like, like smart people. At first, they're like, I'm going to try and help people. And then you realize you can't help anybody because they're so stubborn.
And not only stubborn, dumb.
But not only dumb, it costs more to help people. It's like when you open a restaurant, you're like, hey, we want the best ingredients. But then you're like, the best ingredients are expensive.
Right.
You know what? Let's just go a couple levels down. We're still feeding people.
Right.
Now your original goal was up here, but then it becomes,
right.
We can make a little bit more money if we just go down a little bit more.
Yeah,
Next
so
thing you know,
then it
you're
becomes
ordering your chicken parm from fucking Cisco Farms or whatever.
So then it becomes like this when you get too low, when you start with like help and then it goes all the way here and then it just becomes siphoning money from people's pockets. You know what I mean? Like it's like the sliding scale. It's like, oh, we just take the money. Like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, we're just taking the money from your pocket and putting it into ours. And that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And all right. I mean, as long as
they do need to get their shit together.
But at least those companies they have to do restitution.
And they pay taxes.
Yeah, and the church is not. They're
Which
just
gets
like
redistributed back into the old person's pocket so that they can just siphon it again.
You realize
That's a vicious
the
cycle.
church makes, and here's the thing that's fucked up, because nobody like on the street level of the church is like bad for the most part. If you're a priest and you're touching kids, we're not talking about that already. That's evil shit. But like if you're like a lot of these priests here, like in the city, like they moved here from other fucked up places just to spread they believe this shit. Then they take all the money that they collect, right? They send it to Rome, and then Rome sends them a cut from like everybody's cut. So like, let's say you make like X amount of money.
The
Like
pastor gets tipped out.
yo,
No, it's like, and even worse, they tip pool.
yo,
They pool tips like
Yeah.
strippers. Jesus Christ.
all them singles you throw in the collection plate, they go all over. You know what I mean? They
But
steal shit.
here's the thing that I also don't like.
They
It's-
can spend it better than you. That's exactly the
right,
point.
but here's the thing. It's the same shit in all the other things. It's like
Yep.
the church didn't come up like with this new thing. They just took the product that
Mm-hmm.
most people are gonna get, and they do the same strategy and the same errors and the same whatever as everybody else, and it's annoying
Wow.
yeah, it's real shit.
because they made more annoying people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you made all these atheists, but I guess too, like there's other businesses that make annoying people in other ways too. So it's like
The difference with the church though is that when you if you're at a business and you fuck people up and give people like cancer and shit like that, you can get sued for that. You can't sue the church, but they just did that for the
They are
for the,
doing
for the
it,
kids thing, right? But like you can't sue them for like mental anguish or whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I'm
There's,
just
like, no
for
class action
not
suit for
trying
that, yeah.
anymore. It's like try and make it right. You know what I mean? Or no, even just the atheists. You know what I mean? Like just that if that was bad enough, if that's the only thing that happens in my mind, that's still bad. You know what I mean? It's like secondhand smoke or like Facebook, how many annoying people Facebook created. You know what I mean? It's like you did all this shit, and it's like you gotta fucking make it right, man. And they're not making it right, and it's I don't like it.
I don't. You know what though? I don't even know if they can or even.
No,
if
you
they will.
can't.
I don't
It's too
think-
much work.
Yeah, I don't think. I think we're here, and it'll only get more fragmented. Because I honestly don't think it can get much worse. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean worse and
And worse in their numbers. You know what I mean? I think we've hit peak church defectors. I think for all the people who have left the church from America, we're seeing a lot more people coming into the country who still believe in the church. From
Yeah, and I
Central
even
and
hear
South
the
America.
you know
Which
where
is
they're going?
Wild.
You know where they're
They're
going?
going to the hood.
China.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Oh, you're talking about? Wait, you're talking about the church itself is going right.
yeah, they're
That's going to be interesting.
they're trying to make more Chinese Christians.
Yes. Because
What are Chinese now?
communist and atheist officially.
Really?
There's no God in China, bro.
They don't have any
Maybe
religion
There's
that they
the
follow?
state.
But they're
Yo, I don't
they're-
want to get $150 by no Chinese cat, son. I'm on
That
your
sound
side when
like-
it come to that shit.
That sound like that interview with Forrest Gump where like, in Vietnam, they don't go to church hardly ever. They don't have
no religion.
Yeah.
That's when he's talking to John Lennon.
Yeah.
No possessions
They don't
too.
hardly have anything. No possessions.
By the way, you know that's I think that's the peak. Like, because this is how good that movie is. No matter what your background is, if you sit down and watch it, you like, yo, that shit was dope. Because I went into that '94. I was in the middle of my shit. I went to see that shit with Tim's on. Like, yo, my girl at the time was like, we gonna see further. Whatever, bitch. Whatever. We
Yeah,
gonna go.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
And then
yeah.
not even an hour into this movie, I was like, this is
Came
really
out
good.
the movie like, yo,
This
is
was
dope.
really good. I was
And-
touched.
When's the last time you watched it?
I haven't watched it in like 20 years.
I've tried to watch it during the beginning of the pandemic, and it is it is pound for pound the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, just the laughs per minute in this fucking movie, and I can't even figure out whether it's supposed to be a comedy or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
like his entire childhood is hysterical.
Yes.
And I don't know whether I'm supposed to be laughing.
Matter of
at
fact,
this
you
or not.
had to remind me that his wife had to fuck the teacher.
his mom. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. That, you know what I mean? That's how long it's been since I've seen that.
And
shit.
it's like the lighting, the slapstick, like they're really making
Yeah,
light
when he
of a
ca-
very dark situation of a single mother running a boarding home trying to raise her autistic son, and like it is, yeah.
Yeah, he comes out. The joke is he comes out of the house. Your mama really care about your education, boy.
Yeah, but like even like him walking and just getting his foot with his braces stuck in the sewer, and they're trying to pull it out, and these old men are sitting in front of the barbershop laughing, and then cut to the next scene, and the boys running. They're all like, "That boy's a running fool." And you're like, "Is this a comedy? This is fucking hilarious, man."
It's Forrest Gump. I think that's it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, even the name is funny.
Yeah.
Forrest
Dude,
Gump.
I had no idea. I hadn't even watched like commercials or anything. The only other movie I went into blind like that was when we were in 8th grade, and they bring in the VCR, and the librarian put on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I was like, this shit is gonna be corny. And then I was like, yo, that shit was That's to this day. It's one of my top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
I love when school puts you onto a good movie
Mhm.
because it was like you figured any movie that you were ever going to watch in school was going to be ass, some sort of documentary. But when they would show you something, you'd be like, oh shit, I could actually watch this like without y'all. You know? Yeah. All right.
Back to the Future is the other movie that I saw in school. I've never seen it anywhere else. And I've never
Really?
seen,
They showed you
never
Back
seen
to the
2,
Future in
and I've never seen
school?
3. But Back to
What
the
was
Future 1 is
the
dope.
lesson behind it?
There was nothing. We just had an absent teacher that day, so you just sit here and watch movies.
Really?
Same director as Forrest Gump.
Robert Zemeckis.
Lighting, yeah.
Also did Roger Rabbit.
He did.
Again,
Bob
lighting.
No, Steven Spielberg, I think, and Zemeckis did it together, I think.
Zemeckis, he did a lot. He did Castaway. He did.
Spielberg had something to do with Forrest Gump, though, didn't
I think he produced it.
he? Yeah. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Anyway, I think Robert Zemeckis is one guy nobody talks about. He's like one of the greatest. If you look at his pound for pound movies, you're like, Jesus, how come no one's talking about him? It's amazing.
Well, I mean, because
Anyway.
people usually talk about the actor. You know, that's like being like, hey man, this guy's like the best assistant coach ever. You know, how come I'm not talking about this
How do you
assistant
even
coach
grade
in North
an assistant
Carolina?
Coach? How do you even grade an assistant?
No, well, it's like the coach.
It's
It's like the coach. It's like the coach.
Yeah.
It's like saying Jordan versus Phil Jackson. Okay,
Mhm.
I get you. That's a good. It's valid. I accept.
But I get it. Some people pay attention to different areas.
Yep.
I had a roommate in college. Only person I ever knew that played Madden on franchise mode. You guys remember franchise mode?
Yeah, that was.
Franchise mode was like
You got to go
would
through like
just-
years of the team, right?
But yeah, you own the team. It was like fantasy
Yeah,
football
yeah,
before
yeah,
there was
before it,
fantasy
yeah, yeah.
football. You would mix and match all of the players and then just allow the computer to play itself, but hope your team performs and focus on salary caps and things like that to play with the motivation of the players. It didn't last long, but this kid was really doing it.
I
What's
hope
he-
that
what's
dude
he up
made
to
a lot
now?
of money
I
somehow.
have no idea.
I bet you he's in some sort of like analytics.
I would
in a
hope
sports
so.
team or whatever.
It
Yeah.
was there was not pussy. That's for
Madden
sure.
Madden peaked in '92, by the
That's-
way.
it was-
I will say that. I'll die on that hill. I don't give a fuck. Sega Genesis, 1991. I guess summer of '91. That's the best. That's when I was the only
Nah.
time I was good at Madden because it was 3 buttons.
But that hold on, was that with the Windows or
That was with the Windows. Yes.
Okay, no.
You
I
like the
get
letters
it.
better? You
I
the
like it
letters?
without because the Windows I felt like was cheating.
It was.
The Windows was cheating. You
I'm
could
not
still
saying it wasn't.
if your quarterback was fast enough,
Yes.
you could just run as far back. And I
Yes.
think in '91, every
Yes.
QB had a cannon, could easily throw 92 yards. So all you had to do was just watch your man get a
Yes.
little bit open in the window. Versus when they took the windows away,
You had to follow the routes.
you either had to throw it early while he was still in sight, or it was a prayer. You know what I mean? In which case, it took a little bit more
91
skill.
Madden 92. I fucking love that game, man. It's the only Madden game I was ever good at.
Yeah, it was 91 that had the expansion
No,
pack too. that-
92.
Which one
Madden
had the
92
yellow?
came out in 91. 93 comes out. It's like cars.
Yeah, but which one had the yellow expansion pack to make the disc bigger for Genesis? Because
No,
Madden was a
that was
Genesis
a
game.
32X. Madden's a Genesis game, and I don't think it ever got to the 32X. There was no extension for Madden. Madden had separate, like, they did a thing with Blockbuster where they released a version of the game called Playoff Edition.
Okay.
And people would rent that game and not return it and pay the $100 game fee. And that's how they ran out of those games. Yeah. This is before, like, digital and shit. So, but yeah, I was
coming
a
at you about Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Your knowledge of Zemeckis.
Yeah,
This guy knows about the blockbuster behind the secret things of Madden '91.
Yeah, it's I'm slowly realizing there's certain things we shouldn't talk about, and none of them are offensive. You know, it's
None
like,
of them are
yeah,
offensive.
and
Conrad,
Robert
all
Zemeckis,
thumbs
we don't
Roth.
do that. How about
Hey.
Madden '92?
But to
What,
be fair,
19
where else could you go from
Listen.
fucking Robert Zemeckis to
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Genesis.
Like,
The show is called Unpopular Opinions, not the most best and interesting.
Yeah. An unpopular opinion, Madden 92, I will whip anybody's ass. Bring it. No,
There you
kidding.
go.
Because of the windows.
Yeah. All right.
That's exactly what it was.
Let's turn this thing around and get our guest in here.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the whole Hollywood thing got the curtains pulled back on it, and now it's going to be like working at a Wells Fargo?
Oh, shit.
Because you have like everybody's in HR, everybody's waiting for you to tell on you and tattletale. And this is not just people you work with. This is like everybody on the streets like, oh, that guy was in something. I'm going to tweet something where I see him doing something bad. And then it's like the HR department calls you in. Yeah, this person that doesn't even work here, they found something. And Like Hollywood
The more
doesn't.
people who know you, the more people who want to see you go down.
Yeah, because there's not enough slots at the top.
But it's too easy now. I'm saying like they don't even have an HR department in fucking at NBC Films. They're just like let the internet take care of it. Like,
wow,
They don't even do
shit.
background checks.
no, I'm making this up.
But that is a good valid point. Your company, depending on your profile of the positions there, you may not need an HR department. Just allow the court of public opinion to handle that shit.
We had no idea because you could always lie and say nothing came up in our research. We will be more vigilant next time. Thank you for pointing this out.
Yeah, because they're more valid. They're more thorough. The internet is more thorough than your average background check.
They
now.
canceled Kevin Hart for 10-year-old tweets. For 10-year-old tweets, baby.
Credit
Nah,
only
fuck
goes
that.
back 7 years.
yeah, but it's
man.
not even tweets. It's everything.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
Nah.
And I don't know. God bless. Good luck out there.
God bless them, man. That's why I'm like, hey, I just make sure that I put all my people on now so that once I'm canceled, hey, man, y'all go ahead and do the
Yeah.
rest, man. Just give me a little background work, man.
We're going ahead and getting pre-canceled so that you can
That's why
y'all live, but make sure
Hey.
don't forget who put you on.
And this next guest who just walked in, I can't wait until he's able to put me on, man. You know what I mean? Because
I'm looking forward to the diet tips.
Give it up for Menuhin Hart, man. Just
Yeah.
walking
Woo, what's
in the
up?
building. Oh, man.
What's up, baby?
God, straight up.
Phil.
Never fails. Man, always has a scarf on. It's 92 degrees outside. Now, what's going on, man? No doubt.
And they got
Okay, so there you go. It's the weapon. All right. You always got to know, like, not to trust those certain little things. Like, oh,
Well,
93 degrees?
yeah. What do you
That might
think
be lethal.
they wear them in the desert?
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, that's because it gets cold at night and it's loose enough so it shields you from the sun.
I guess I just watched the Passion of the Christ today. They're all wearing scarves in the desert.
They were lethal.
No, they're just all over their heads. Like everyone just has a head thing on. I don't know what that's about.
So that at any given time they could take them off and strangle somebody.
I don't know.
huh?
There's lots of reasons. So.
Or trap their limbs or wrap them around and use them for joint manipulation and shit like that.
Thank
yeah.
you for cleaning it up
Yeah.
for me, dude. I've been on a tear on Muslims this week. I am, oh boy. Yeah, the last podcast, no need for apologies. We went in, we had a Muslim guest. And it's,
Here we don't. Well, here we listen to everybody, so we love everybody. So we're not trying to get no Muslim buck 50s on unpopular opinions. If you want to go to no need for apologies,
I'm just saying.
feel free.
It's me. It's me. It's going to follow me
No,
around.
because if it's on this show, it's all of us. Fuck that.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
going, if they come from some shit we say here, I'm going with you. But I'm not on this
He
show.
might
yeah,
be.
'cause it's three of us.
He might be.
I'm not going. I'm not. But if it's his other shit, they're gonna do it.
He's gonna protect his future. He's
Right.
So I'm riding
So-
the guy right here. I ain't even been on that show.
Yeah. You're
I ain't
like,
even been in the
don't
studio, my
bring-
dude.
That's what he's going. That's what he's going to have to say when they go to interview him about me.
I knew nothing about it.
It's going to be like that. Remember when they used to interview Jerry Seinfeld when Kramer went nuts and Jerry was like,
Yeah, he's like, yo, I was on the show with him. I was on this show.
it had nothing to do. I don't
This is
even
my
like
show.
that.
Whatever he did there, that show.
You want to talk about Seinfeld shit? We can talk about Seinfeld shit. You want to talk about Michael Richards shit? He over there.
Yeah,
He was doing comedy at the time. I wasn't there.
But you're a comedian. It's two separate.
I wasn't at that show.
So, Menuhin, what's your unpopular opinion this week, man?
My unpopular opinion is I don't think humans are supposed to like each other.
Okay, all right.
I don't think so.
Not like each other. Okay, so go ahead, expand.
Like I think that like we have certain groups of people that kind of hang out and things like that, but it's like there's always something that turns us too quickly against each other. Like men and women are still against each other. Gays and whatever, trans community, Muslims, Asian hate, and now the vax and the unvax. Now we got a new situation where it's like, oh, you're unvaxxed. Oh, I can't. It was so easy to turn. So it's like, and we're always trying to bring it together. Like, no, we need to come together. Even when we come together on something like 9/11, we're like, oh, America, we're together. But these people, and then we turn on someone else.
Yeah, humans are very fickle creatures that way. You know what I mean? Because
Very tribal,
it's like
very
we
fickle.
want
Yeah.
you around, but the minute that we don't want you around,
Yeah.
we are not going to hesitate to let it be known. You know what I mean? I mean, we even do that in some of our trusted, loving relationships. Like, hey, come on over here, hold me until I fall asleep. But in the morning with that morning breath, get away, yo, bro.
outta
Come on,
here.
get my space, man. Need a whole separate bathroom.
My whole arm fell asleep under your big
The
head.
interesting dynamic, though, if you think about it, is that's exactly why we've made it this far is a big part of that is because of tribalism. For example, like humans had to wipe out Neanderthals and all the other motherfuckers, Australopithecus and all that shit. They had to go.
Hold on, we had to wipe. We wiped them out.
Yeah, and assimilated them.
We
And assimilated them. Well, humans, early humans.
We're a part of that.
Yeah, our ancestors had to wipe out other
right.
ancient humanoids.
You know what it is? Maybe we're supposed to hate each other so that other groups can wipe out the weakest people of the other group.
I was about to say that. Yeah, the
You know what I
popular
mean? Like
opinion
you-
might be
like
that
the
it's
Spartans.
necessary.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that we don't. Well, when we don't like people, when we don't like another group, it's usually for some sort of shortcoming of that group, or at least a perceived shortcoming.
Yeah.
Right. Someone's dumber than you, you know, or they're just less civilized. It's
They got
usually
asthma.
the reason. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a weakness that you don't want to deal with. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like I don't want to deal with some kid wheezing at a soccer game. You
But
know?
we were more aggressive back then. Like the Spartans would throw motherfuckers off of a
Right.
cliff.
Chinese people were doing that recently as 15 years ago. To if the family
if
had
it was
a
a
daughter,
girl?
if it was a girl, they had
Yeah,
to
but
get rid
now
of
they
it.
got a problem because they don't get enough girls to.
Yeah,
But that's
I
what
just
said,
read
that's
that.
what I said. Yeah, recently. It's
Yeah.
recently.
So that
20, 30
wasn't
years
smart.
ago.
That's not you got in the way of nature to do that.
Yeah, their dating apps probably are whack.
It's
like, all these dudes.
That's funny.
on the way.
dudes on Bumble, like there's just not enough chicks, man. Like,
Nobody's hit me up.
yeah, so like, okay, are there any? You don't have to expose yourself if you don't, but like, what are some people that you don't like, and why?
that-
Have you thought about it? Like,
Be honest. You got to find one.
it's unpopular opinions.
Oh no, it's some folks I don't like, but I mean, it's not like it's a group or a race. It's like individuals.
Really?
It's like I don't like this dude. I don't like his energy. Or I don't like this chick's vibe. Or it's just something about certain people. It's not like oh, these folks I hate them, all of them, because
You know what? That just means you haven't dealt with enough of them.
enough.
Like,
of,
you know what I mean?
Enough of that person that I don't like.
Like like if you
Or that
deal
type
with
of person.
enough
That
of a
type of
type of person, like I'm done with niggas. Like I've had enough. I'm 38. I've had enough of niggas, man. I'm done.
Like-
I'm done.
Like when you say
Hood
niggas, you
niggas,
mean
yes,
hood?
yes.
Okay, I can get with that.
I'm
yeah.
done. That's a group of people.
I can't go in like
Group
certain
of
ways,
people,
like,
hood people, I'm done. I don't have no more, nothing. You see, I got glasses on now, all right? I read books
I'm wearing white
every
shirts.
day, all right?
Done.
I am tired of the misinformation that the hood has loaded my brain up with that I am now trying to override. And I see them doing it to younger people. And again, I deem that as a weakness. Now, here's a crazy thing that I do have to recognize about the hood, and this is on both sides, whether it be Chinese, white, black, anybody. Poor people have a better sense of camaraderie.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
And as a result, they're able to have more fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Rich people, there's no cookouts at a mansion. You've never been like those theories of the pool parties and the mansion parties. They're far and few between because sophisticated people, they're not that social. Like the more you think, the more
Yeah.
you start looking at other groups as inferior.
And
you're
even
like,
when
I'm
they
done
are,
with
they're not
this.
having the fun that poor people have. You understand what I'm saying? Because the camaraderie isn't there the same way. It's a lot
Yeah.
more, it's a lot more sniping.
Poor people can
And
relate on a certain
in poor cookouts, there's way more snitches though. There's way more people that report directly to the police.
The potato salad is on point though.
Yes.
Plus, you got a lot of time. If you're hungover and shit, you don't got work tomorrow. You're just like,
So you can go. You can go
I'll
hard.
do coke till 7:30 a.m. You
Yeah.
can't give a fuck.
You
know?
You know what else? There are leftovers or doggy bags at a poor barbecue.
Yes.
Not at a rich barbecue. No one wants to take anything home from a rich barbecue.
Oh, here's something. Current event. What do you think Obama's party was like?
What you mean? He had a party?
He had
Yeah.
a birthday party a couple
He had a
weeks ago.
birthday party with and had a bunch of famous people, and then they got in trouble because they said,
Some
well,
unvax or something.
yeah,
like
it's
that.
going to be a
Yeah.
spreader, super spreader event.
See? Again, that's the problem when you're famous. There's not enough spots at Obama's party, so people have to have a problem now with
Right.
Obama's party.
Do you think
some way.
that, though, that they're actually friends, or they're just like, you're rich?
I mean,
and-
how the fuck do you not care? How do you care about Obama's party but not that party Kanye just threw in Atlanta? That's not a spreader
Talking about
party?
the one he was giving shape ups? was that the one? He was doing everything but drop the album. It's like, I mean, was it even that?
I'm just saying, like, that's a level of fame. Like, no one cares about the super spreading going on in Atlanta at the Kanye event, but Kanye's barbecue, which had to happen to how many people total?
You're just gonna complain because you weren't invited.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's all
mean.
that
Like,
Damn.
I mean, Atlanta really don't care at all.
Yeah, I think Georgia-
It's like the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
They were, even when it even in the peak of this, they were like, "Nah, we still going to Walmart." with
Yeah,
flip-flops
dude.
and
So,
masks."
full circle. What people are you done with? Sounds to me like you've had enough of Atlanta.
Walmart employees. No, I'm playing.
I bet you could find one, and I think it's the people closest to you, which is funny because the people who have the biggest problems with each other, there's like just a very small difference. Like Protestants and Catholics, and then like the Shiite and the Sunni Muslims. It's like, but you guys have everything except for this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you, I like Russian people. I can't. There's like nothing I like about them, which is sad. I consider myself an advanced individual, and I don't believe in like racism or anything like that. Like, I'm. If you ask me, in my heart of hearts, I just Russian people. I don't like their food. I don't like their weather. I don't like their movies. I don't like the way that they cheat and everything.
Oh, so it's more the
You know what this sounds like?
culture there.
Yeah, but this sounds like the more you know, the less you like. You know what I mean? Like if you go, because again, if you can have a neighbor that you don't know anything that's going on with them, he's a pretty cool guy, whatever. You know, you have no problem.
I 100%
Versus
agree.
the people that are all up in each other's houses and they get in each other's business, and now they have a reason to hate each other. You know what I mean? The way this bitch raised her kids, the way she keep her refrigerator, like it's a whole other reason.
Yo, that's
She put her toilet paper roll down.
Yeah.
That's why I stay away from people these days, because if they got to know me, they would hate me. You know what I mean? So like I've been like more and more quarantining. Like before COVID, I was like getting further and further away. But you don't want to get to know me. You're not going to like me. And there's a phrase I like. It's called familiarity breeds contempt. It's a good phrase. Familiarity is hard to say, but it's a good phrase.
So stop getting to know people so much, man. You keep it at face value, and you'll enjoy everybody, man.
So just enough. Like, how are you? How's the weather? You have shoes on.
Keep
Cool.
it superficial and you don't get
Yeah.
And then keep it moving.
Right. And just like they say, distance makes the heart grow fonder. The further that you are away from me, the more I like you. Hey, from 100 yards away, how you doing? Good? Yeah? All right, that's it.
So those
Text me.
those conversations. Yeah, you? Yeah, all right. And then just out.
Dope shit, man. So where can the people find you at if they're looking for you online, Menuhin?
You can find me on IG at MHAR2000 and Hart. Oh yeah, on TikTok it's the same Hart.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping through, man. Talented dude, man. All right. Y'all make sure y'all check this shit out too, man. Hart3000 is him on Instagram. He's really humble about his shit. Like he had a hat on right now in the Black Captain, which is like a podcast that he does. It's like a / comic book. This dude does beats and shit like that. Like he's really
He's a Renaissance man.
yeah.
Legit.
I don't even know why.
Isn't that the worst thing to be in entertainment is humble?
No, because I think it'll keep you alive. Like I think if you are loud and flamboyant, now you're putting a target on your back and everybody's coming for you.
Tupac.
Yeah.
But if you're like promoting stuff all the time and saying, you know, my shit's the greatest, I'm awesome,
Yeah, don't say it's the greatest, just say it's there. That's what I do. It's there. You know what I mean? Here it is. Who fucks with it? Cool. The numbers are my business.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for
out and fading away. That's something said from
that's good for being a human, I think. But if you're
Bad
if you want to be like, isn't that what the fucking TikTok and all that other shit is about?
So give everybody a shot,
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I don't want to be famous. I don't think I want to be famous, man. Like, I want my work to be revered and people to understand and fuck with my ideas. But that following me around and that, you know what, you're doing something other than what I like, so now you have to die. Like, I don't want that.
I just don't want to work. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Fame is work, dude. You got to be up early in the
Yeah,
morning.
now it
for that
is.
shit.
You got to do all.
You got to be up early in the morning. Unless you get to a point where, and then you have to put work to get into that point, but unless you get to a point where you're calling all your own shots, like if you want to be Frank Sinatra on the movie set, where you could overrule a director and be like, yo, that was good. And the director's like, yo, could we get another one, Frank? And Frank is like, nah, I said it was good. We good. Everybody take it
do those times exist now? With
because now instead of a director, you just have your camp, so you can do whatever you want, whatever level of work you want to do, you could do, and all you got to do is do it.
But that's still
you
too much work.
But here's the thing: if you put it out there, somebody will watch it. The difference is, the hard thing is, will somebody pay to watch it?
Right.
That's why you put in all this work, and this is the law of diminishing returns right now. Because if everybody's putting out stuff for people to watch, why should they watch you?
Yeah.
You know, or like,
and it's all free. There's great shit that's all free.
But if you have stuff that people like and you grow organically, like that's why Patreon's a great thing, because like for whatever somebody a month, hey, I have this many people who follow my shit.
Exactly what your value is.
they pay me directly, and I
Yeah.
give them all the shit that I give everybody else, but I give them some bonus shit that they can only get to show them that I appreciate that. That's the future, bro. When Andy Warhol
Yeah.
said 15 minutes, what he actually meant was $15 a month.
It's funny.
It's gonna be real shit.
It's very clever. I like that. Patreon also shows how generous people are, actually.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like the
absolutely.
internet is filled with generally like if you type something on the internet, I think you're 99% stupid. But if you give money on the internet, you're like a very warm-hearted person.
I like that, man.
Or especially because it's something that you like. That's the thing. Something that you like.
It's great.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, this next comic is warm-hearted, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Definitely humble, you know what I mean? Talented by all means. Give it up for our next guest. I just saw him come in the building, Alex Babbitt. Alex Babbitt, ladies and gentlemen, come on
Big
in.
B, yo, this is great, man.
What's going on, man? How you feeling, big homie? Oh, my
What's up, man?
God. First of all, I got to speak. This is the most respectable outfit I've ever seen Alex in. This is the most. I got to take a picture with him when we're done. This is fucking incredible, man. Look at you. You got yourself together during the pandemic. You're dressing like a normal person.
Yo, one of my favorites, right after the pandemic, I had some fucking Jesus. Yo, you dressed like a fucking stepfather.
Yeah.
Every time, bro.
Yeah.
And I would love my fit. I would love the outfit. I'm like, yo, this gonna kill him. You, Derek Gang, it'd be like 7 times you just fucking tease me.
Yeah.
My clothes.
So
Fuck
let me.
y'all.
Do you hate this outfit? Is that why I like it? Because you hate the way you're dressed today?
You know how I'm dressed? I'm like, man, I'm dressed like a normal person. And I like dressing like a wizard. Like, if it don't look magical, I don't want to have it on, man. That's personally my attire.
No doubt.
It fits you though, man. You know what the funny thing is that for me personally speaking, from the time I've known Alex, I've never once had any. I thought I've never had felt any. Is this a black thing? I've never felt any different way about. Look, you dress, you look nice.
I
Good.
dress whimsically. I'll say that. Like, if you like think about it that way. Like,
Okay, but
like
I've
some
never-
of my jeans, like
I've
some
never
of my.
seen it like outrageous.
Like this is the best way to describe the way Alex dresses. If like you were to go into a store with your friends and somebody like grab a sneaker off the wall and be like, yo, look at these. And he'd be like, ha. He's like, yeah, that's crazy, right? You put it down. And then this nigga shows up with
I
them
love
on.
those fucking sneakers. I love those sneakers. Whatever
Then you
sneakers
was
is talking, like, I got 3 pairs of shoes that are like Velcro, don't got no laces, they got like a
Yeah.
drawstring behind them. I genuinely,
Anything that you pick up and just look at and go,
who the fuck will wear this?
he shows up with.
Your boy.
You know what's funny? I've never noticed it, so it may not be a black thing as much as just me.
No,
being
you know what it
oblivious
is?
thing.
It's definitely a Philly thing. Here's what happens
Okay.
in Philly. They will make fun of you to see if it's like really
You?
you.
Yeah.
And if it stays, it's you. If it goes, it was part. It's like the snake
You're
shedding
not
its
from
skin.
Philly, right?
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
from Brooklyn.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a hood thing too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
For
It's-
sure, everybody I
we-
know from the hood will roast me. without
Okay.
doubt.
We tease into conformity.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I've
Which
seen that happen.
It's interesting because it's bullying, but it's bullying in
a fascist
our
sense, Dave.
mi-
That's
in our
exactly what
mind
it is.
sense, in our mind state, it's bullying in the healthiest way because we're trying to get you in line. We're
Yeah.
trying to get you back in line with the group. You know what I mean? That's it.
Hood Nazis over here. If anybody not paying attention, straight fascism.
Well, it helped me when I was growing up. It helped me because I would dress in a certain way, and people would make fun. Like I stopped wearing. I didn't know that brown belt. You couldn't wear a brown belt with black shoes.
You can't.
I know you can do that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Shit.
That might be white rules.
No,
That's-
well,
that's white
no.
it's
rules.
old money rules.
Oh,
Okay. Money.
Ah.
Old
No,
money,
like going for interviews. Like I'd go on job interviews,
Got you.
and I'd be wearing brown belt with black shoes, and they would be like, "Look at this motherfucker," and they were right. So then,
Because like in a corporate world, it shows you don't pay attention to detail and that you don't have a
You don't really have
system
money.
in place. Not even money. You don't have a system in place. Like to even go like, okay, if you don't have a system in place that makes sure that you get dressed in the morning, that you can make sure you have the brown belt and the brown shoes together, or you're making a mistake because you're getting dressed in the dark or whatever's happening that is causing you to overlook that detail, that characteristic is going to become a part of our company. And we don't want
Oh
it.
shit! It's like what Pops used to say: coordinate. You gotta coordinate.
Yeah.
It's that just in
Yeah.
the money world.
Yeah.
is
Got
that
it.
money word? I think that's just like I don't know. I
It's
guess.
fashion.
No. It's like it's just like corporate America, just
It's
regular.
the same as like on the Bronx Tale when he goes like, yo, when and you open up her door and let her in, if she doesn't reach over to unlock your shit, drop her. You know what I mean? Now, a girl who doesn't know any reason to think about that, she would, why are you getting rid of me over that? That doesn't mean anything. It's like, hey, look, that's the rules, man. They say you're a selfish bitch. That means you got to go. You know what I mean? So, Alex, man, what's your unpopular opinion this week?
Oh, man, this is something that's been weighing on my heart, dog. No, honestly, I've been thinking about it. I just found out about this shit, and I didn't think it was real. I don't think polyamory is a real thing. I think it's something that is made up for people who just want to cheat and, like, aren't honest enough with themselves. I think it's complete and utter bullshit.
Okay.
That's my stance.
Polygamy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait.
No, polyamory.
Polyamory. Polyamory. That's like where you have like 7. In the case of a woman, she has like 7 or an infinite amount of number of boyfriends. But they're considered, those are my boyfriends. I'm like, that's not your fucking boyfriend.
That's polyamory. Polygamy is when you get married to multiple people. Polygamy.
I don't believe in that shit neither. Well, no, I believe in the marriage. Yeah.
The difference is it's married. Like if you're in Mormon culture, you have the first wife, then you have the sister wife. Like everybody gets like a rank.
Okay.
Normally in polyamorous relationships, like it's like, hey, I want to go to a buffet. I don't want to just go to Burger King. I want a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
so you have partners.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You have multiple partners that fulfill multiple roles, and you all aware of each other, and you deal with each other respectfully.
You know what's funny? And now I'm conflicted because with that metaphor,
Yeah.
I realize I would be mad at the person who can't just pick a restaurant. Like, no, we should go to a buffet. That way we need everything. And it's like, the fuck is the matter with you, man? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
It's like you to me, it's like you're being greedy. Like you anything good, my theory is anything good you don't want to share. I'm fucking selfish. You know what I mean? I don't want to share. Like if you got a good girl, pussy's great, everything, you love that shit, you don't want to share it with other dudes. You don't.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't. There's no way you could tell me this prize, this fucking great trophy, the first place trophy you want to share with 7 people. Nope.
Yeah. That's like, because that's almost like you didn't really want it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when somebody be like, here's this liquor for your birthday. Oh, well, can you guys drink it
Y'all
with
want
me?
this? Yeah.
Because
No.
I'm not going to drink all
But
this.
yeah, and then all those people, let's say it's 7, they all are weak people, and they all add up to one strong person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, this
And
one can do the plumbing, this one has money, this one likes the beach, this one likes the same music, this one likes to party.
That's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I remember talking to a girl who said she believed in that type of shit. And like when I talked to her for long enough and looked at the dude she was with, I was like, oh, you just don't like him. So you're stringing him along for no reason, but you actually don't like him. So you're gonna use polyamory as like a title, but that shit ain't real.
Right.
It's not. It's not a real relationship.
I think I know who you're talking about that says
Oh,
that too.
you think about one person in particular.
No, because you know what? I get pissed off when people, because here's a weird thing that happens when anyone tells you they're in a polyamorous or polygamy or whatever.
Open.
You just look at them like, you're not even that good looking. Like, you immediately be like, you pull 7 bitches? Get the fuck out of
Not
here.
7
Like,
bad bitches. Like, no way. No way.
right. Or the same thing when I see a chick doing that, I'm like, these dudes must be weak as fuck, man. Like, there's no way you got 4 real dudes as your boyfriend. You know what I mean?
That are okay with, like, that's like us coming together and saying, hey, guys, y'all want to share one girl? We all good?
Yeah.
Put your hands in.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. I wouldn't do it.
I got a friend who her baby daddies she be posing them for the kids. that shit looks so mad. Like, cause she's married to one dude and the baby daddy from previous situation, but the kids still in the house.
Yeah.
So he be coming through for birthdays and stuff, but she be making them all pose and shit so she can post them on Instagram. And I just be like, God damn, son.
That's just gotta be whack. Yeah.
And is there a phrase? Does anyone ever use the phrase emotional illness? Like we have like physical illness, we got mental illness, like emotional illness.
Emotionally
That's
ill.
an emotionally ill person. Like
Yeah.
you don't got it all figured out in yourself.
Yeah.
And then what's happening? Yeah, you can get a bunch of weak people to like follow you around if you got certain good qualities, right? Like if you're a good-looking chick but you're emotionally ill, yeah, you can get all types of weak men to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? So then you got your polyamory all together.
But is that not just bullshit? Like you're
Of
selling
course
me
it's
a
fucking
lie.
bullshit.
Stop
Yeah.
selling me the lie.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried to pitch you into polyamory?
I wouldn't believe the lie. That's the thing.
Okay.
Because I've been in my relationship for a long enough time. I know what a relationship is, nigga. That shit's exhausting. You bullshitting all the time. You sharing shit that you don't want to share. And that's not the ethics of like a polyamorous relationship. In their world, they're like, oh, I'm sharing because everybody agree. I don't understand 7. Have you ever gotten 7 people to do anything?
It's hard, very hard. Yeah.
7 people, a good
Very
amount
hard.
of people to do.
Like,
4 people to do some shit is hard.
Even 7 motivated people trying to get up and leave the house like in the morning with a limited number of bathrooms is still going to be tough. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't got it in me.
Yeah.
I don't got it in me.
The closest I've ever come to, I guess what we describe polyamorous, I was once juggling 14 bitches, so they didn't know. They didn't know that they was in a polyamorous situation. Well, you know what? I think they all found out pretty easy, because this is back when mass text messages would just include everybody. Oh, nigga, I was the worst with the good morning, everybody. Good morning. And they like most of them wouldn't even respond. They wouldn't even respond. They'd be like, this nigga, he don't care. And I just didn't understand technology. You know what I mean? I also really didn't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia, in a nutshell.
Good morning, my followers. Just like, what?
Yeah.
I'm your auntie.
I know. I was terrible. In my defense, I had just gotten my heart broken, and I was trying to fuck the pain away, right? So, like.
Lashing out at the world?
Yeah, man. And it was exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, this is what my average weekend was like when dealing with 14 women. And it was, you text all of them throughout the day on Friday while at work, right? Mm-hmm. And you're trying to pick one to hang with tonight. Mm-hmm. Thank God I was doing comedy at the time, so I could lie to everybody and tell them I have a show in another city. You know what I mean? But I got to pick one to hang out with on Friday. Got to have sex, of course. Then I got to pick one to hang out with on Saturday. Got to have sex, of course, which.
It's too much already. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out of nut. I don't got no more.
Here's the worst part. Sunday is just.
It's like, my thumbs gave up.
Sunday was driving around delivering makeup dick to as many as I could.
This nigga had a week's worth of apology dick.
Yeah. As many as I could get to on Sunday. It was fucking. I couldn't watch football anymore. Like, my whole Sunday, it was just gone. You know what I mean?
Tour.
I was
That's
like,
a
Jesus
tour, bro.
fucking Christ, guys.
It's fucking whack.
So, yeah, man, you're right, Alex, man.
Yeah.
Polyamory, get it the fuck out of here, man. Where can the people find you if they're looking for you online?
On any platform, my Instagram, my TikTok, all of that is Mr. Babbitt. That's Mr.Babbitt, or my website, that's alexbabbittcomedy.com.
No doubt, man. Thanks for coming through,
No
man.
problem,
Appreciate
guys.
you. All right,
Appreciate
keep
y'all,
this
for
look going, man. I like the new Alex Babbitt.
Nah, this is the only fit I got, though. I saved this to God. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Take care, man. Yeah, man. You know what's funny? I've told that story too about the 14 women. I've talked about that on set. Like I used to do a lot of background work, and I'd be sitting around talking. And I never forget once, like, talking to someone like how I'm talking to you now, close proximity, and someone from behind them looked over to see, because they're like, I just want to see what the guy who had 14 girls looks like. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I get it. You probably think I'm not, like, good looking enough. Like, trust me, they weren't all top tier, but it's something about the more you don't give a fuck, they just come on board, man.
We talked about this somewhere before. I don't know if it was on the live or it was here, and I was like, Dave, how do you do that? And you said, oh, you gotta not treat them like people. And I was like, oh my Lord, you gotta not treat them like people.
Because at that point you're not. Remember what he said. He's not. He's doing it to
Yeah.
avoid thinking.
the girl that hurt me. Yeah.
And I get it. And as I think Alex made a good point. He's like, you can't get 4 people to do anything, right? But you can if you don't treat them like people.
Oh,
that's how corporations work.
Yeah.
You're an employee. You're not a human. I mean, it's too cynical, but it is true. If you want to get people to do shit, don't treat them like people.
And again,
these are my constituents.
And and that again shows a serious emotional disability, right? Or what was the term you used?
Emotional illness.
Yeah, because you figure a CEO, a slave driver, anybody that does not look at their employees as people, that person has an emotional illness, right?
Right, or you block everything out. You're just like you figure a way. Like that's how like politicians send people to war.
Actually, the very lack of emotional interaction right there would probably be more in terms of a sociopath than anything else.
No, but you just gotta do that. Like that's how it is. Like you just gotta. Sometimes you gotta look at people as like they're like statistics. And that's how you got to get shit done. If you're gonna send like children to war and you're a politician, yeah, you got to go to war.
Straight odds.
You know, you wouldn't do that if you had to like shake everyone's hand while they get on the boat. Like,
right.
All right, I hope you come back alive. Next guy.
Not
hey,
much
thanks
of a
for doing
difference.
this, buddy. You sit in a fucking office 1,500 miles away and you say, I don't know, whatever. You
not
make
much of a difference between politicians and fuckboys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be
same
too
shit.
cynical about it, but it is like that. You do have to just like if you're CEO. You know, and you don't care if somebody gets fired, the janitor gets fired, but
right.
he's got kids and shit. It's like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because you got the eye on the whole thing. You got to keep your eye on the ball. You got to keep your eye on all of this stuff, so you can't really worry about this shit over here. You pay somebody to take care of this shit over here, so I'm going to worry about all of this.
And don't let me know what you have, how that happened. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Don't let me know you fired the janitor. Yep. Like, it doesn't get to me. I don't know.
The janitor, no, the janitor is not my department.
Right. Or anybody, like, basically, except for the 3 people beneath you.
Yep.
There you go. All right, cool, man.
That's how you know.
Well, this was a dope one, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Cisco, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, people. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Y'all can find him at Alderondo on all social media platforms.
I'm bad at that. Yeah, at Alderondo on the Instagram, at Francisco Comedy on the Twitter, and that's it. Yeah, that's the only 2 I got. Shit, I should be better at it.
Conrad.
Good night, everyone. You can find me at your nearest Trump rally.
That's funny if there's still Trump rallies going on.
Are there?
Yeah, dude, he just did one like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Somebody's got to listen to his fucking...
All right, guys. I'm Dave Temple. This has been a good one. And now for a final word before we close out. This has been an interesting show, and I really appreciate the conversations and the people for stopping by and sharing their opinions. And, I think we always learn something by the end of these shows. When we take a look at the conversation around religion, it is obvious that it is fleeting here in the United States. It's our turn to be the third world country that, we're used as the example of what happens without religion. Polyamory. If someone is preaching to you polyamory, hear them out, but don't get offended. But don't be surprised if it doesn't end well. Someone who's willing to share their most precious things probably never really wanted them to begin with. And people don't get along. And a lot of people think that we're pre-programmed to not like one another. I think we like each other if we know less about each other. So stay to yourself. Share only what you must. Be kind to one another. These are Unpopular Opinions. Have a good night.